Don't throw away your wood scraps. I know, it piles up and takes the dust, and you're always thinking, like, yeah, I'll eventually do something with it. Eventually. But you never have the time, or the motivation, or just the idea of what you could make with it. But sometimes, when all the conditions are aligned, you get the perfect piece of wood, the perfect amount of time. You get a request or an idea that's not too easy, but also just complicated enough to make you feel good about what you want to make. This is kind of what happened to me. My girlfriend asked me to make a little soap holder, so here I am making it without any power tools. Not because I don't have some. After all, there is a drill just sitting on my workbench right now. But because I totally can. The result might not be perfect, but does it really need to be? After all, it's just a little soap holder. As you can see here, I clearly just eyeball the thickness of the edges. I might not even be able to follow them properly, so I would say it's more of a visual cue. So I started by just carving down the middle with the only curved chisel I own, and every chip that comes off just feels amazing. When your tool is as sharp as a razor blade and it just cuts through wood like butter. The type of wood I'm using is Hevea, also known as rubber tree. It might not be as soft as balsa or pine, but still, I could listen to that sound for hours. Then comes the finishing touches, trying to make the inside as smooth as possible before sanding. After that, I sand down the inside because I'm going for a nice round smooth finish. A teacher of mine used to say, don't make things round, it will look like you can't make them straight. And he might be right, but I don't really care. I like round edges. I like to smooth them. With the right wood rasp, it just glides through. When you make anything, you have the time to think about so many things. You can think about what people will say about it. It's not completely straight. I can do it quicker. I can do it better, obviously. And you know that, because whatever you do, there will always be someone in the future or the past that will do it or who did it better than you do. And that's alright. It's not a competition, unless you want it to be. You don't need to rush. You'll take as long as you want to finish this little piece. After all, it was just a scrap. There's no demand, there's no investment. Its value can only go up from the moment you started working on it. When I talk about value, I don't talk about money. I talk about the effort, the time, and the thinking that went into making this little object. Its use doesn't need to be sophisticated either. Once again, after all, it's just a little soap holder. That's why it feels good to make. It has very low chance of breaking, no physical stress, no moving parts. Nothing can go wrong. And even if something ever does, it's just a little soap holder. For the water to be able to drain, I'm gonna have to drill 3 little holes at the bottom, equidistant from each other and centered. This time I don't eyeball it, because this is the kind of tiny step that can make you feel bad about what you made if you mess it up. You can select what matters to you and spend more time on it to achieve a better result. For this piece, I decided that the carving wasn't going to be perfect, but I really wanted those little draining holes to be aligned. I used an old hand drill that might sound a little crunchy, but that gets the job done. I'm adding my little mark at the bottom here because why not? I'm proud that I made this. I gotta let people know that even though IKEA sells pretty much the same thing, this one is special. And with a little bit of oil, you're done. Feels good, but it's the end of the experience, at least for the moment being. You can retry this experience later, with the same project, or another one, a more complex one, maybe a longer one, with multiple parts, with or without power tools. I really enjoyed making this. Sometimes, when you're used to work on overcomplicated stuff, coming back to something small and easy can feel just as good, if not better. It for sure isn't the best thing I've ever made, because it's just a soap holder. But since I only made one in my life, I gotta say, that's gotta be the best soap holder I've ever made.